backcourt, along with James. Griffin is the big man now. He's playing Giannis, who was off the mark on that jump shot. This is Landry Shamet, who is also a solid three-point shooter. Mike James, who had the big game the other night, gets it back out to Shamet. Griffin, shot clock is down to 5. There's Shamet into the lane. Griffin will have to fire. He does, and he hits the three.
And Blake continues with his great shooting from downtown, but that was made by ball movement, player movement. Great drive by Shamet, and Blake steps up with confidence and knocks it in.
Holiday around the pick. Holiday to the rim.
And that's going to be there all night for Milwaukee. They had 72 points in the paint in game 1. Only 10 right now. They got to keep attacking.
Shamet off on his three-point attempt. Giannis just 1 of 5 from the field. Middleton is sitting down right now, 0 for 6 here at the start. Holiday is keeping things alive as he goes to the rim. He's now 5 for 6.
In the last 3 possessions here, Milwaukee not settling, continuing to attack. But once again, it comes down to their defense. You can't exchange baskets when you're down 20.
James takes all the way, and the tip is put home by Brown. Boy, he
played Kyrie Irving almost the entire first half, which I think wore him down there in the second.
And a lot of minutes for Durant, who's accustomed to it, but still lots of minutes for a game 1. And Brook Lopez with a nice touch. Talking with Steve Nash earlier, I asked him what was his first reaction when he saw James Harden walk off limping as Durant hits again. Well, he knew he was hurt. It was the hamstring once again.
And Marv, I love it. KD battling inside, giving up about 40 pounds right there. And Lopez, frustrated, just pushes him out the way, dislodges him. But Durant taking the challenge, competing on the interior with the bigger Lopez.
Griffin hitting 3 just a moment ago. Griffin this time to the rim and sets it up for Brown. Rebounded by Lopez. A 20-point lead for the Nets. Giannis, he and Griffin come together, and there's a blocking foul on Griffin.
And that wasn't contact. That was a collision right there. Giannis attacking. And Blake Griffin, as a defender, actually become more efficient. Knocking down threes, particularly as much as he penetrates and draws contact and gets to the line.
Here's Giannis to the bucket. But he is now 0 for 5 over the first 2 games at the foul line. And he improved his free throw shooting this season, got it up to 69%. James sends to the corner, and Bruce Brown knocks down a 3.
There's a beautiful shot right there. And left. You just got to chip away at this lead, and you got to get stops on the defensive end if you're the Bucks.
That time Brown had an opportunity. Brown gets back to the defense, and Giannis puts the speed on and able to finish with a reverse.
Oh man, 6'11", being able to do that against a smaller defender. He reminds me of a taller, almost 7-foot Westbrook, particularly when he has the ball in the open court.
Similarities in three-point shooting also. Oh, Griffin! Let's go to Blake Griffin.
Well, Marv, when the Nets signed Blake Griffin, a lot of fans in Brooklyn were curious why he wasn't playing. We've learned it was all part of a plan. He signed on March 8th, but didn't play his first game in Brooklyn until 13 days later. What Steve Nash told us was there was a plan. They didn't know what they were getting with him. Had knee injuries. Didn't play all that much his last couple of weeks in Detroit. But they rested him. They didn't play him on back-to-backs. And once he finally got ramped up, they felt they were putting him in the best position to be ready for a long playoff run. And now they're putting it to the test. And he's passing with flying colors.
Thanks, Jared. The lay-in is put home by Lopez, so he now has 10 points, and it's a 52-33 lead for the Nets with 5.5 to go, first half. James gonna knock it down. Mike James signed a couple of 10-day contracts after coming from overseas, where he was a professional for several years. Saw some service with the Phoenix Suns.
And Marv right here, just bad offense once again. Just coming down one-on-one, taking bad shots. Milwaukee must execute better, while on the flip side, everybody touching the ball for the Nets. And right on cue, Kevin Durant.
Middleton still looking for his first field goal. Rims out.
And a tough night for Middleton. We've seen him make that shot plenty of times right there, but give credit to Brooklyn. Great defense, great contest by Blake Griffin.
Middleton now 0 for 8 from the field. Here is James for 3.
And that's the beauty of playing with Kevin Durant. He is so good, he commands attention.
But when you look at what has taken place over these first 2 games, particularly in the turnover department, Milwaukee in this game committing 7, Nets only 2, as Middleton finally hits a shot. And the points over turnovers 9-0 in the favor of the Nets. And the Nets with only 5 turnovers the last 4 quarters of basketball, going back to Saturday night.
I mean, you talked about it, the defense of the Nets, and we may have to go to Jared to find out if they had a plan about that, to wait and to play defense in the postseason, because they didn't play much at all in the regular season, but they have certainly turned it up here, well prepared and executing their strategies, causing all types of trouble here for this Buck ball club.
Middleton, played by James. Good job defensively by James. Now Durant cuts over, and Middleton hits the jumper over Kevin Durant. For Middleton a 3, and he may be coming alive now.
Good sign for the Bucks, but I'll tell you, great defense right there. Multiple efforts, closeouts. That was a tough shot over Durant.
Claxton with the hook. Good save, and here come the Bucks with just under a minute and a half left in the half. Middleton to the bucket, try to get it to Portis, and it is another Milwaukee turnover.
And right there, Middleton in transition. I mean, he just hit 2 tough shots. I'd like to see him maybe finish at the rim, trying to find Portis underneath. Just could not handle that pass. Now Milwaukee going to a matchup zone, but you have to be careful with the perimeter shooting of Brooklyn.
As you say, you have to be careful, as Durant had the space.
Right here, Middleton, he isos right there, so the defense gets a chance to set up. No movement. He gets to the paint. Great anticipation there by James, getting that steal. So when you don't have ball movement, player movement, it gives the team a chance to set up their defensive assignment. And Brooklyn taking advantage.
Short jumper by Brown. Here's Brown back on the floor. Gives the Nets a 65-38 lead with a half minute to play in this first half. Here's Middleton for 3, and he's feeling it now.
He is feeling it now. He needs to continue, carry that momentum into the half, into the second half. But this zone right here, because Durant is up front, the sweet spot there, once the ball is passed to the side, is right there in the middle. Brown was able to convert on that last play.
So Middleton's hit 3 in a row after missing his first 8. Here's Durant splitting through, lost it. And let's see what the call is. Brown is saying last touch by Milwaukee. He will not get that call. It will be Milwaukee ball.
Yeah, right there, Durant just lost the ball. And I'll tell you, it looked like Holiday might have touched it before it went out.
Holiday at the offensive end, not able to